Welcome to Elm Creek Park Reserve, a great place for you to gather with friends and family for any type of event. My name is Selena Dwarka, and I'll be telling you not only about how great this park is to hang out with your friends and family, but also what they're doing to sustain the environment of the park. There are many people involved in the park. There are the park managers and the volunteers involved. There are people that there are people to help with each environmental aspect of helping the park, such as water management, the flora and fauna of the park, and just keeping the park clean in general. And it's nice to see that there are people working so hard each and every day to make sure that this park is as beautiful and healthy as can be. Hopefully that could spread towards other people in their daily lives to try to help their environment as much as they possibly can as well, by even recycling or just wasting or lessening their waste in their daily lives. Some things that this park is doing to help the environment, they're helping the environment each and every day, like I said, and one thing that they're doing is conserving groundwater, or water in general. But one project that they've been working on for many years is conserving groundwater. And in 2015, they were able to conserve 5% of groundwater, and they hope to do the same thing, or no, double that number by 2030, and then double that number to 20% in 2050 of conserved groundwater. Not only are they conserving groundwater, but they have other techniques that they're doing as well for water management, such as involving rain gardens, which we've actually talked about in class, which are gardens that use specialized plants that could take up the excess nutrients of like nitrogen and phosphorus in rainwater to help actually grow the plants. And they're also using permeable pavers and rainwater harvesting. Another thing that the park is working on is lessening waste. And by lessening waste, for example, they're selling reusable water bottles they're selling and promoting reusable water bottles so that we're wasting less, or throwing away less plastic water bottles. And when we're using less water bottles, ultimately we're lessening our plastic waste, lessening our waste in general, and that just means there'll be less transportation of garbage to landfills, which ultimately saves space for the environment. Some other things that the park is doing is reforestation and landscaping of native plant species of the park. For example, they are regrowing exotic native grass to the area by letting it regrow naturally at the park. Another thing that they're doing is the wildlife management of Elm Creek Park and in the park district in general. There are two native species that they are focusing on, and that's the osprey and the trumpeter swans. The trumpeter swans have been part of the reintroduction program of the park since probably 1978, and the park district and other reserves have been working with the state of Minnesota non-game wildlife program to reintroduce the trumpeter swan species, and they've actually been able to repopulate over 5,000 swans, which is really cool. And not only that, but actually, you can't actually see trumpeter swans at Elm Creek Park Reserve or any of the park district parks. However, they do use the site as a rehabilitation center for the swans and other native wildlife, where after the animals have been rehabilitated, they're released back into the wild. So, as you can tell, Elm Creek Park Reserve is not just a great place to hang out with your friends and family, to barbecue, or to go to the swimming pool, but it's also a place that's sustaining the environment and making this an enjoyable place for everybody to not see garbage on the ground, or just make it an enjoyable place in general. And hopefully people will take this outside of the park, and they would in their real lives use glass instead, or drink water from glasses instead of plastic water bottles, or use reusable water bottles in their daily life. Maybe recycle, whatever they want to do. Hopefully spending time at the park and seeing what they're doing will help them in their daily lives. Thank you.